What if you were a god? So imagine one morning you wake up and you were just blessed with godly powers. Like if one morning you just woke up from your bed and you started glowing and like let's just say God or like Zeus or like whatever higher power just said, I'm going to bless you with amazing gifts. I want you to utilize these gifts in order to change the world and do something with them. So I want to discuss this a little more in depth because I feel like this would be an interesting subject and I feel like everyone would handle it differently. So imagine if you woke up and you were a god. The biggest question would be, what kind of god would you be? Like what would be your primary role in life and what is it that you can offer that will bring you to this god status. I think it's more than just like having superpowers because if you have superpowers and you're doing evil, then you're basically just a villain. But if you have superpowers and you're like doing good, then I feel like you could be worshipped as a god or even just like a superhero in general. But we're going to stick more in the subject we're as if you were a god as opposed to just some superpowered human being. All right. So the biggest thing that you must know is like which type of God would you be? Because there's multiple gods. There's gods of war, there's gods of creation, there's gods of love, there's gods of destruction. So the biggest part is like figuring out which one matches you. Me personally, I would be a god of creation because I just like to create stuff. I would also be like a god of art because I'm artistic and I would like to inspire people and like spread my creative ideas like around the world so that more people can like be inspired from them and so that it can like help improve their lives because you never know like how your artwork is affecting people and like in what kind of ways it could like improve people's lives. So like once you've decided on what kind of god would you be, like what would you do in particular as a god? So me personally as like a god of creation and a god of art, I would spend most of my time like working on my art masterpieces. Like I would make paintings and I would sell them to people so that they can have like magic within their house. Like what I would do is like I would like lace my paintings with magic and then I'll have like a healing effect or like some sort of effect that could bring like abundance or like happiness or wealth into their life. There's also wealth gods as well, so like if you decide to be like a wealth god, you could be something like Lakshmi where like you have money just raining from your palms or like you could be like Ganesha, who's just removes obstacles from your way, or whatever kind of wealth god. Even Hades is a wealth god as well because he lives underground and there's a lot of gemstones there, and like those are supposed to be very valuable. So like whatever it is that you would do that will affect like how the world sees you and how people react to you. That will affect like whether they react to you in a positive or negative way. And of course you want to be on the bright side, on the good side, because if you're a threat to humanity, then humanity is going to take you down. But let's just assume that you're an all-powerful god and like you can hold your own against like the military or something like that. Now this will bring like big changes because like who knows, they may be threatened by your power, they may see you as like someone who's a potential evil and like try to stop you, or they may even like criticize you and say, hey, you're trying to take the place of God, no one's supposed to do that. So they may just see you as like a devil or like someone who's just trying to um, also, one thing that you would want to consider is like how your actions affect the world. Because if you look at gods, just them by nature of them being themselves, their actions affect the world that's around them. So, like, if you're a god of creation and you just naturally love creating things, if you like create like new planets or like new life or that, like that could really have like devastating effects on the world just depending on like how you use your abilities. So like once you've decided on like which god you would be and like you've considered all the options, you then want to like consider like how would you like go about your normal life like as a god? How would it affect you? Because even though you may have godly powers, you're still going to need money to survive. And like I feel like that wouldn't be too difficult for a lot of people because you can market your talents and abilities and like utilize those abilities in order to like make yourself some income. But even so, you're still going to need money to survive, as well as like worshipers. If you're a god, there's going to be like people that are going to honor and like worship you and bring you offerings. So maybe you might go around helping people as a god and you end up receiving offerings. It could be like financial blessings, and then that could be like your support, your source of income. So, like, however you want to go about it, like, that's going to affect your reality. But if I were a god, what I would do is like, aside from just the painting part, I would just make the most of my powers. Like, being a god of creation, I'm able to like create whatever I want. So, like, if I wanted to create a house, boom, I can create one right there. If I wanted to create a girlfriend, boom, my perfect match right there. I can create literally whatever it is that I want. But also, I think it would be nice to have like combat capabilities as well. So it would be nice to be able to like create weapons and like things like that, just in case like someone else tries to like take over the world with their evil powers and whatnot. So it's kind of like a superhero versus supervillain type thing right there. Overall, you don't want to call yourself God. You don't want to call yourself Jehovah Jireh because if you were to take over that position, you probably wouldn't be able to like fathom like the amount of moving pieces that go into what God has to do in order to protect us and keep us safe. But this was just a speculatory video. I figured that it would be interesting and a lot of guys would uh find this discussion to be enlightening. But let me know down below, like if you were a god, what would you do, and how would that affect the around world around you? Just let me know in the comment sections down below, and I hope you have a good day. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.